Good afternoon, everyone. So this is the key to this 2022 Mazda CX-30. This is the 2.5S premium package, and I'll go over all the equipment with you when we get into the cabin. I love this color. This is the deep blue crystal mica, and it has a two-tone black and brown interior. I'll walk around to the trunk here. It's more of a subcompact SUV, but there's still a good bit of room. I'll open up the trunk for you. Power lift gate. So you got a good bit of room in here. Open this up. Got your spare, jack, everything like that. Honestly, a good bit of trunk space. It looks a little bit smaller on the outside, but actually a good bit of room. Go ahead and shut that. I actually like the turn signals because they turn on instantly, but then they fade out, which I think is kind of cool. Yeah, that metallic is nice. All right, take a seat back here. So the premium package does have leather. And a sunroof. Let's see. Your cup holders. Seating materials are comfortable. You have a good bit of legroom. I mean, for a subcompact, actually, it's not too bad. Got your vents back here. All right. So now we'll go ahead and pop the hood. So this has a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, non-turbo. You can get a turbocharged version, but this one is just right here. This is just the naturally aspirated version. It makes 186 horsepower and 186 pound-feet of torque. It is driven through a 6-speed automatic transmission, and fuel economy is pretty good. Gets 24 miles a gallon around town and 31 miles a gallon on the highway. Go ahead and close this up. I always like the look of Mazdas. They're pretty sleek looking. And then past couple of years they've been switching to this minimalist design in the interior. You'll notice as soon as we get in here, there'd be like a huge screen here. There's a couple buttons that shows you your climate and everything. And then you have this thin, it's wide, but it's a thin screen at the top here. And then the steering wheel is very skinny on the spokes. I like the look of it. So we're going to start it up here. Nice elegant chime. All right. Yep, so we got your Bose sound system on the end over here. Awesome, love Bose. Navigation's built in. You can navigate the menus by twisting this around and pressing all these buttons. So you got the home button, which brings you to, well, there's the clock, but you can switch between your radio, vehicles information, if you have your phone paired, navigation. I'm gonna press that, go to nav. You can also, there is a shortcut, you can hit nav right here, and then your radio is right there. Your radio volume is right here. You can mute it and turn the volume up with that knob right there. It does have a sport mode, heated seats, 2-zone climate, and then over here you got your adaptive cruise control and your following distance. You can change the following distance for your adaptive cruise and for your forward collision alert. Automatic high beams. You got memory settings down here for the seats and the mirrors. Power liftgate buttons also right there. You got your sunroof. You can close that. Buttons right here for it. And then good little bit of room in the glove box here. Not a ton, but at least you got one. And then here, this will open up. So you got a good bit of room in there. You got some USBs for charging. And you can actually slide this back and forth. You do have to slide it back in order to open it. Or you can leave it back here so you have a little bit of access in there. Move that up. And then you got your, we'll test out the sport mode on the highway a little bit later. And then looks like we're good to go here. This automatically dims. So we'll, actually, you know what? No, it's the next model up that automatically dims. I apologize. That has just a flip tab. So we're pretty much good to go. There's not a whole lot of buttons to really go over here. It does have everything that you need, but it's very minimalist. Like, there's not really a whole lot of buttons or options here. You navigate it all on this screen, on the nav screen, but it has everything you need and none of what you don't, which is kind of nice. And of course, all your radio controls are there. And it does have paddles. You do have paddles, so if you did want to put this down into the manual mode, you can either use the slap stick, I call it, or the paddles. So let's head out, take this thing for a ride. My first impression, just by sitting in this, one of the reasons I like Mazdas, the materials feel like they have very good quality. It doesn't feel plasticky. Even the leather wrapping on the dash here is extremely soft. There's not a whole lot of cabin noise when you're driving around. So it's just a very good, the quality just feels good all around. Blind spot in the windows too. Got your lane centering as well. This actually has a pretty good bit of features in it. And then you got your heads-up display in the windshield. You can see your speed in the windshield. Alright, so we're going to do our handling test up here. Pop it into manual mode. Use the paddles. Handled very well. Steering input was very smooth. I actually like this because it seems like it takes a little more effort to turn the wheel. Like, I actually kind of feel the road instead of like some other newer cars where, I don't know, it doesn't feel like I'm actually like driving the car, if that makes sense. This feels like I'm actually driving. Like, there's no steering feeling or input with some other vehicles I've driven. Engine has a nice sound to it. The small size actually plays into its favor because this thing's pretty nimble around turns. So we're gonna get on the highway as usual. This guy might give us a hard time to do the on-ramp. If I can't hear, I'll do it further down the road for you. Took those bumps extremely well on that bridge. Ride quality and comfort are very, very good in this car so far. I haven't felt any bad bumps or anything. The suspension works amazing. Like I said, paired with the quality materials, this is very, very nice. This is, you know, in the subcompact SUV segment, so for something like this was around maybe a little over $30,000, so between 30 and 31, and we'll do a little bit here. Not too bad. I mean, this is the non-turboed 4-cylinder option. If it were me, I'd probably opt for the turbo version, which has like 227 horsepower. But that's just me. I mean, I'm sure some people might agree with me, but Definitely would opt for the turbo version. But it has decent pickup. Alright, we're going to check out the backup camera. Good quality. Works for me. The only thing I do notice is the ladders don't turn with the wheel, so that's odd. A lot of newer cars have that. Okay. Very cool. Well, for me, the main takeaway with this car is, with newer Mazdas, I feel like I'm actually driving more of a luxury car for something that, if you look at it, you know, it doesn't really, Mazda wasn't normally known for luxury, but the ride quality was great. It was comfortable. Like I said, the interior materials really felt like it felt like the automaker cared when they made the interiors for this. It's not cheap plastic garbage like some of the stuff that I've seen. So all in all, I mean, this is a nice little car for about $30,000. So really hope you guys enjoyed these videos as always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.